Hey guys, Graphics here, and I wanted to make a video for you guys today, but I couldn't think of what to do. But most of you guys in the comments have been asking for more quick tips, and that was a really fun series to do, but I felt like it wasn't really fast-paced enough, and it was kind of boring to watch this whole super long video where I just go on a rant about all this different Photoshop stuff. So I thought I would do a new video for you guys of my top 5 Photoshop tips for artists, and hopefully you guys will learn a few things. So let's get started. So for tip number 1, I've picked one of my favorite features in Photoshop, and it is called locking transparent pixels. And the way it works is when you make a new layer, let's say for example it's the color layer for your new design that you're doing, and you want to draw on it without going outside of the lines you've already made. Well, all you have to do is go to that layer in the Layers panel and click Lock Transparent Pixels right there. And once you click that little box, you can no longer draw outside of the lines, and it makes it so much easier for doing shading or quickly changing colors and not have to reselect the object or any other way of doing it. It just locks the pixels that are already created, and I find that super handy for so many things. Alright, so moving on to tip number 2, blend modes. Now these are pretty simple, and a lot of you guys probably already know about them, but I want to share one of my favorites for doing design, and that's overlay. And the reason I really like overlay is because it's like a cheap way of choosing different colors for shading. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you have a 2-color design like this one, and instead of doing a light shine on this side in 2 different colors, if you make a new layer on overlay, all you have to do is brush across both of them, and it picks a lighter color of both of those graphics. So I find that a really fast and easy way to shade your designs without spending all of your time picking colors. And now that we're talking about colors, that brings us to tip number 3. It is a plugin called Color Us. I think that's how you say it. Could be Cooler Us, I'm not sure, but it says it right there so you can figure it out and whatever. But basically it's a color wheel plugin that makes your color picker much like paint tools. And I use this color picker for all of my designs. It is really good. It's only about $9, and it lets you pick colors in the side wheel as well as the triangle in the middle. And I find it just a way faster way of picking colors. You can actually choose more than one color to pick at once, and it's super, super handy. So I definitely recommend you getting it. Now, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I just really wanted to show you that as my tip number 3, just because it's so handy to have a color picker above your layers palette that just stays there the entire time without having to bring up that colors window every single time you want to change your color. So yeah, that's tip number 3. Get it. It's really awesome. Alright, tip number 4. This one is called Expand Selection, and it is found in the top bar of Photoshop under the Select menu. You go Select, Modify, Expand. And what this does is if you have your lines all made for your Minecraft drawing, or any other drawing, you can make a new layer below your lines and select the area you want to fill with color and do Expand Selection, which is going to make it so that the black and the color don't meet in a weird way with kind of these pixely lines. It just fills it really nicely because you can expand the selection. And I would recommend making a shortcut for this, something like Command E or something that you can do it faster so you can expand the selection so you don't get that weird edge. I see a lot of people who are showing me their art, you get kind of a weird edge and it just doesn't really look very nice. But if you're doing your layer behind your lines, then you can use this expand selection and it just really helps your designs look really nice and crisp. Alright, so that's tip number 4. On to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is save for web. I see a lot of people and they don't know this. Instead of going File, Save As, go File, Save for Web. And it is a much better compression type for saving for YouTube, for thumbnails, for websites. You've got all these other options. You can do PNG with transparency, interlacing so your images load faster. You've got all these options, and the biggest one is the little checkbox that says Convert to sRGB. That is going to make your colors look amazing on the web. And yeah, like you sometimes get these kind of gray colors when using Save As. You don't get that with Save for Web. And there's a lot of people who don't know about this in Photoshop, and it is just the best way to save all of your images because it compresses them. You can change your compression type. There's JPEG, GIF, it's good for saving animations. There's just a whole world of tools in there. And everyone should really use that. So yeah, that's my 5th and final tip. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and if you did, definitely make something with these tips and tweet it to me, and I'll probably retweet it, and maybe put it in the next episode of this, because it'd be really nice to kind of show off some user creations. I love looking at you guys' art. I absolutely love it. I love seeing how you guys have learned from my designs and how I can learn from your designs. It's just so awesome to see what you guys are creating. So definitely tweet me anything that you make of me or anything you've made using this tutorial or anything like that. I would love to see it. So yeah, other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!